Thank you for joining us again and welcome back to our channel. If you are joining for the first time, we salute you and welcome back to the Explorer. Listen folks, geopolitics is warming up in the continent of Africa. As you all know, one name keeps coming up, that's France. Every time there is an issue in the Sahelian nations talking about the Alliance of the Sahelian states, the nations that blasted the regional colonial organization called ECOWAS, that have decided to charter a new part in their own history, always make the news because they are on a high alert. They are looking on their shoulders what's going on in this particular region, and more importantly, to make informed decisions on how they can keep their nationals safe. So it is important to know that this region, whatever happens here, will be making the most defining decision and will impact how the continent of Africa shifts geostrategically, and more importantly, if it will come to a clear agreement or it will be accepted if African nations would experience some freedom. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because in recent news, Mali has arrested a French embassy employee that have accused him of getting involved regards to plotting coup in the country of Mali. I was thinking by now, France should not even have anything doing in Mali, considering this back and forth relationship, and it's a cat and mouse game between these two. And these countries have said, we want to be alone, we want to move forward. We have incredible challenges going on, but France continued to be kind of meddle as a result of the accusation we're hearing. France continues, France's name keep coming up over and over. So it means there is an issue. There is always a concern. And why don't we see other nations who are being caught up? But again, it comes at a time when the continent of Africa is going through tremendous challenges at the moment, making some economic moves, looking for new strategic partners, and more importantly, breaking away from this colonial relationship that hasn't paid them, considering the investment that they have made into this unforgiving partnership. So what did Al Jazeera say in regards to this? So according to Al Jazeera, France's Minister for Europe and Foreign Affairs has said that a French man recently arrested in Mali on unfounded charges of plotting a coup was a French embassy employee. The foreign minister said recently, as of Saturday, that it was in the talks with the Bamako to clear up any misunderstanding and obtain the immediate release of Yann Vesilier, that's the name of the person, who had been arrested in recent weeks alongside two generals and other military personnel. So I think France should have a clear understanding on the reason why. Maybe we have to repeat this, that they are not wanted in this region. They are not wanted in Mali. There is just no other way this message is being sent. And whoever coming from France visiting these particular nations should work alongside the rules and regulation. There must be rules there. So this issue that we continue to see France's name keep coming up regards to military engagement in that part of the continent of Africa is questionable. And France needs to do something about it. Doing something about it, what I mean is it has to follow the rules, because France does not set the rules anymore in this region. These countries set the rules. And France, whoever stays there, wherever they are coming from the geostrategic partners, must follow the rules. According to BBC, if BBC starts saying that, using the word spy, it's deeper than that. You know what I'm talking about here. So the BBC said, suspected French spy arrested in alleged Mali coup plot. And according to the BBC, the military rulers say they have arrested a French national on suspicion of spying for his own country in an attempt to destabilize the African nation. In a statement read on national television, most recently looking at Thursday, the government alleged that Yann Vesilier was working on behalf of the French intelligence service. Mr. Vesilier is yet to comment on that particular accusation based on BBC. His picture was also broadcasted alongside those of a number of army generals arrested recently for alleged planning to overthrow the military government in the country. And this conspiracy has been foiled with the arrest of those involved. Mali Security Minister General Daou Ali Mohamed said in a recent televised address. So we continue to see this back and forth on why these countries, going back to when France's ambassador was kicked out of that nation, and more importantly, we consider the Operation Barkhane, which all started in Mali and this particular Sahelian region, and why this particular move by France did not yield any success, experts will argue. However, where a number of France's troops put their lives on the line, and again, more importantly, they were considered to not be fighting on the behalf of the Malian government to support them, to eradicate this. Mali has accused France back and forth over the past couple of months and years as we continue to see this relationship being deteriorated on a daily basis. And I think that at this moment, France needs to come to terms that the failure of Operation Barkhane or Seval, as the former French president, Mr. François Hollande, once said, France does not have vacation in Mali. So I think if what you see happening at the moment does not come overnight, there's been historical beef among these two nations because Mali is going through incredible challenges, healthcare, infrastructural development, education, students coming up from university on a daily basis, and these countries want to move forward. So they feel being distracted by their former colonizer who subjugated them for many years. So the reason why this relationship is not going to be working anytime soon is because they are suspecting France at any point in their living. So this is a big problem. I think that at this moment, it is a period where the Sahelian countries are going through a transition, and that should be respected.
We've discussed the issue of AES and ECOWAS, and I've got new perspectives about the concerns that the three countries have in respect of their relations with ECOWAS. And so I assured Mr. President that at the next ECOWAS meeting, I would pass on what they have explained to me to the other leaders. I think there's a breakdown of trust amongst the leadership. It will take time to rebuild it, but we have to work on it so that we restore trust and confidence with each other so that we can work together, even if we are not part of the same regional body.
So, according to the Business Insider, as this news continue to engage and France's name keep coming up, France in diplomatic row with Mali over the arrest of embassy staff in alleged coup. It's important to know that this is not going to be going anywhere soon. The French government identifies the man, like I said, Yann Vassilet, an incredible diplomat, according to them, and insisted the charges against him were unfounded. A development and further strain already exists, and tense relationship between Paris and Bamako. And more importantly, France's foreign minister said recently that it was engaging in talks with Mali over the arrest, and also accused of working intelligence services to destabilize the country, according to Mali. And more importantly, this is not going to be going anywhere soon. So whatever France is saying, whatever they are saying from the distance, I think this particular situation could escalate. And the warning coming from France that if you do not release the person, we want this innocent, he hasn't done anything. So you have to show the proof. So Mali too is going to be coming forward and presenting their evidence on why this individual was arrested. Because I think people don't just get arrested like that without some kind of, especially in a tense environment from the geostrategic point of view at this time in France's Mali history. So there is a big concern here, and France needs to approach this particular situation very cautiously, because Mali, I think, is ready for any escalation, as it will be. But again, make no mistake, Mali is currently a member of the Alliance of the Sahelian state. So if you touch one, you touch the three. So this is a big concern for France at the moment. So there is an issue going on, and France needs to handle this. There is no condescending requirement in this case. This is just France. You will be aware of this. There is no need for any escalation, and France should work closely with the Malian authorities. But again, anyone that goes against the rules, especially in a strategic area where sovereignty is at stake, then they're going to pay the price. But again, we want to see these two nations, more importantly, resolve the issue amicably and see what's going to work. But again, France needs to prove that their man is not part of what Mali is saying, and Mali too have to come forward to basically show. Because the bottom line here is that this is not the first time France's nationals who are involved in the geostrategic partnership of knowledge sharing, intelligence sharing, and information have been caught across the continent of Africa over and over. So there is no smoke without a fire. So this is the problem. So France continued to play this game that so far it is not winning, because these countries are very aware of who they are dealing with, and I think that they are not naive anymore the way France used to think. So it comes at a time when the geopolitical rules have changed in the Sahel. Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, they have set a new standard, and France must abide to this new standard. So any individual, any diplomat, any official who lives within these three countries must abide by the rules and the regulations in the region. Otherwise, I hear what France is saying, that if the person is not released, XYZ, what's going to happen? I don't think anything is going to happen, because France does not have the capacity to escalate this. Make no mistake, these countries are Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. They are at a particular pack at the moment. By touching one of them, you are touching the three, and they are ready for whatever is going to happen, because this particular moment is when France needs to come to understanding that it has lost influence and it needs to abide by the rules. The rules of the game has changed in the Sahel. So I think there is just no other way to talk about it. This may lead to total escalation, but again, it could still be contained. It depends on how France approaches this, because like I want to tell you what, Mali is not going to back down, and they will not accept any shenanigan behavior from France at this stage. If you go back to their history, it's important for France to approach this carefully. So the geostrategic environment is damaged at the moment, as Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger are going closer to the country of Russia and China and looking for alternative, because so far France hasn't provided them any particular access to what they have been looking for over the years, and these are amazing periods in the continent history. Leave me a comment and let me know what you think in regards to why France's embassy employee will be included among the arrests, and how come again that France's officials basically say that no, he is not involved. They should show some evidence that he is not. And more importantly, Mali too should come forward and show some evidence on reason why he was or he was not. But again, France should be aware that there's been a shift in the geostrategic power in that region at the moment, and anyone who lives there must abide by the rules of the Malian authorities, because at this moment, Africa is going through an incredible shift, whether economically, socially, politically, and more importantly, technologically. I will be looking forward to meeting you soon in our next episode. Smash the like button and have a good day. Bye-bye.